Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of Wave 13 of Mo 2 Origins. Now, as we can see, all four figures come on that standard blistered card with their respective emblems at the bottom being the Snake Man or a 2000X symbol. Turning all four boxes around, we can see a cross-sell featuring all the figures from this wave with really awesome artwork of all four figures at the top. So with the boxes out of the way, let's go ahead and crack these figures open and let them breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at this newest wave of Mo 2 Origins figures, which I am super stoked about, as these are really cool, man. I am surprised that we actually got some of these in the line, but I'm super stoked for these, and I cannot wait to check them out with you guys. So I picked these up from Paul Mart at his physical location in Frank & Sons here in Southern California. So I know he had an online sale that sold out very, very quickly. I was lucky enough to be there when he got fresh cases in for his physical location, so that's where I picked these up, and I'm sure these will go on online sales at some point down the road, but I wanted to get these in as quick as I possibly could just so I could get them out the way, and here they are. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Snake Trooper here. Now, personally, this is my least favorite one of the wave. Not to say I'm not excited to have him, as I'm still very stoked to get a Snake Trooper in that very classic style. I think it's super cool. Obviously, he's just a redeco for the most part. From the original Horde Trooper, just done in black. It looks really, really good. You got the gold accents on the biceps there on his belt. And then you got things like the red Horde symbol on the center right there on his boots. And the back is just pretty simple. You know, if you have the Horde Trooper, you know what to expect. But it still looks very, very good. My issue is going to be with the snake head itself. I think it's going to be like a lot of us. If you look at him just straight forward, you're just looking down his throat, man. You can see all the way down to his tonsils, which is really weird. I mean, he's looking straight up to the sky, to Lord knows what. So that's kind of dumb, kind of annoying. I really wish they had given us a new snake head sculpt. I know they're trying to just like reuse parts and things like that, but there's certain things where I wish they would just go just a little extra mile. And you'll see that here shortly when I talk about things like King Randor there. But I wish they would give us a different head sculpt. This is initially just the Rattler head sculpt, just done in a different green, which is still cool. I do like that head sculpt a lot. But again, for this one, he's just looking all the way up like that. So I have Rattler here. You can see that it is the exact same head, again, with just a different deco. Now the thing with Rattler here, because he had that neck extension, you could tilt the neck forward and then he could look straight ahead. So that was the big thing with this figure here, is that he was able to look forward because of that neck extension. Without the neck extension, even on Rattler himself, he's pretty much just looking into the sky. So I don't know, maybe they could have given him that neck piece too. I think that probably would have been really cool. But still, it's a little annoying. So what I've been doing when he's on the shelf, I've been kind of like hunching him over, hunched over to look a little more forward, you know, something like that. And it works okay. But again, it is just really awkward having him constantly looking up in the sky, or if you have him just standing straight up on the shelf, all you see is teeth and tongue, you know what I mean? So it's a little weird. And again, it is just a redeco of the Horde Trooper himself. Even if you have that Horde 4-pack from PowerCon a few years back, it's pretty much the same thing as that, all black, you know, so that's really cool. I love having these, man. These are just a lot of fun. And again, just getting the Snake Trooper in that classic style, I think is really freaking cool. Now, as far as his accessories go, he does have that classic Horde Trooper staff, which is, again, we've seen that before. That's really nice. That works out great. But for him, we also do get the Snake Man shield, which I do love as well. So it makes it a little more different from the standard Horde Trooper. It just has that C-clip on there. You can peg it around the wrist like that. And then there you go. He is armed up, ready to go, and kick some He-Man butt. He also does utilize that same, you know, blow-up feature. If you push the Horde symbol on the center like that, he does still come apart, and you can see how inner workings and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird that he's half robot, cyborg, snake. Creepy, weird, but totally awesome. And again, even with him looking in the sky, I genuinely love this figure. So moving on to Snake Tila here, or as my little nephew likes to call her, Sneela, which I think is really befitting of this character. But, you know, I've seen a lot of people, you know, not really excited about this one. I get it, but dang, when I first saw this, I was like, wow, that looks very, very cool here. Obviously, for the most part, it is a redeco of our standard Tilas that we've seen before, just done in that snake-like motif. And man, that snake face just looks so good with the red eyes. I love the little bit of like yellowish green just below the eyes. Looks really, really cool. The scales coming down her face, even that a little bit of a lighter green going down her chest like that. But you got the upper black lip with the fangs coming down. I just think looks so cool. And then the little bits of snake scales that you see on the shoulders there, on her hips and inner thigh. Again, that lighter yellowish green going down there. Looks very freaking cool, man. I love, love, love how this turned out. Now again, for the most part, it is a redeco here. Now I'm going to bring in the last Tila that we got. This is the one that came with Zoar. Everybody thought that this was going to be a 2000X version because she had the longer ponytail, which I totally understand. But now comparing it to this one is definitely more of a 2000X because as you can see, we do get a whole new upper torso with the shoulder pads and then the different sculpting right here at the abdomen. And then we also get new boots. So this one is definitely more 2000X inspired. I feel like this one's more vintage with like a 2000X head. So that makes me wonder if we're gonna get a full-on standard 2000X Tila using this particular body mold, because that would actually work out a lot more accurate with this one. And for me, this is fine. I actually prefer the high ponytail over the bun. So for me on my shelf, this can act as my retro vintage Tila, and then another redeco could be my 2000X Tila, which is really cool. So again, I just love how this turned out. She does come with, was it Ka here, the snake staff done in the really nice metallic green. I think that is so dope. I love that they gave it the green color to add to the snake motif, which looks really good. And then we also do get the 2000X snake or Tila sword, this time done in that same metallic green. Now she can hold that in her hand, but again, this is a new torso. She actually has a sword holster back there that we could put it on the back like that. And just, yeah, dude, oh my god, I love this figure so much. I think a lot of people are going to pass on it, and I understand why. You already have a Tila, you might have a couple Tilas, you really don't need another one. But I love Snake Tila, just such a crazy look. The paint apps on this thing came out gorgeous. Again, I love the new molding that we're getting here for the torso and the boots, and I love the fact that she can actually holster her sword on the back there. That is just such a cool looking piece. Next up, I'm going to jump over to Slamurai. I cannot believe we finally have a Slamurai in the vintage style of Motu. I think that's so cool, man. I've always loved this character, and just, you know, it's very 80s in a lot of ways, very 80s, early 90s, when there was that whole ninja craze. I mean, that's pretty much why they added Ninja into Motu. But it was always cool to see, you know, the white ninja versus the black ninja and things like that. And we finally have that in Motu classic style, which is really cool. Not classics, but that vintage classic toy style, you know what I mean? The 5.5 style. But this is cool. I love the colors, the all white ninja gear going on. Still love this sculpt. And for the most part, this is the exact same sculpt as Ninja here, and I'll show you comparison shortly, but just with different pieces here and there. I still love the tunic you have here, the really nice chest symbol. I love the blues that they chose for his colors here. In the gray trunks, you got the blue eyes, and he still has the holsters on the back for all his different gear, so I do love that a lot. So I'm going to bring in Ninja here so we can see the differences. Again, for the most part, it is completely the same figure. I do like how they changed up the chest logo, where I believe in Motu Classics, didn't they just take this dragon logo and like do it blue? Isn't that what they did? Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave me a comment and let me know if that's true or not. But I love the different symbols, so it kind of differentiates them just a little more just compared to like colors, you know what I mean? We also do get different forearms, where he has the more monster forearms on Ninja, and then he has the more Motu bracers for Ninja here, for Slamurai. And then on Ninja, he has the more monster feet, whereas Slamurai has the more fuzzy, you know, Motu boots. So again, same but different, but you can easily see where they're supposed to be, just pretty much just redeck of each other. But I think it works out very good with this particular character. Now, as far as weapons go, he does come with the same sword that we've seen with Ninjor here. So I'm going to put this in his hand just like so. We also do get the same nunchucks. These are done with a little bit of paint now, where Ninjors were all done in the casted silver plastic. These actually have white handles with the silver plastic chain. You can still store those in the back like that. And he also does come with the same bow, but this time done in that really awesome teal blue, or true blue I should say, looking awesome. You could store that in the back like there if you had him like that. Or what I like to do, I like to take the sword. We could put the sword on the back like that, and then he can hold it in his hand like this. Get a little grip on there. Boom. Oh yeah, dude. Have him posed up. Kind of pretend, you know, have fun with it. Pretend like he's shooting an arrow. And yeah, buddy, I love this guy. Man, he has such a high-tech bow for such a more medieval type of ninja. I love it so much, but the colors, man, just pop to me. This is one that I was excited about the most, honestly, when this wave was revealed. I just love the whole look of Slamurai, and as a child of the 80s and the 90s, I freaking love ninjas. Then last but certainly not least, in my opinion, the cream of the crop with this particular wave, we got a 2000X Randor. Holy crap, I don't think any of us really saw that coming, and I really dig how they're actually giving us 2000X versions of these characters in that vintage style. I'm all about that, man. I'm really excited for that, and this makes me hope that I really want to get like new adventures characters, because you know these guys have a lot of techie stuff going on in 2000X, and I really want new adventure stuff so bad in that classic vintage style, because the new adventure stuff were like smaller and just wasn't working for me. You know, some fingers crossed we get those down the line. But anyways, back to Randor here. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is my preferred look for Randor over the vintage version. So I absolutely love the head sculpt here with the more bangs kind of going over the gold crown. That gold is solid, man. His sweet beard. I love all the armor that we're getting here with his armored like royal shirt. I wish this like reddish turquoise color, or excuse me, reddish color actually dipped down into the skirt, because this whole skirt right here piece should be that same red with these like gold accents on the sides and down the bottom. So I wish that red would have carried over here, but as it is, it's just a solid gold. And then you get things like the standard forearm over here with the gold bracer, but we have a more 2000X side on this side with a more modern bracer, which is really cool. And then the asymmetry of this figure just continues with the more standard Motu leg with the fuzzy boot on this side, and then you have that more robotic tech looking boot for his arm, his leg, his thigh, and then his knee right there with a little bit of red. The boot, all completely more modern, which looks really nice. And then we do get the same 2000X, or excuse me, the same vintage cape from the first Randor. So that works out really good too, just done in a lighter blue, but I just love how that looks, man. And then for the only accessory that he comes with, and to be honest, I'm fine with it, he gets his 2000X staff. That just looks so good. What a great looking staff, casted in gold. Oh my god, dude, this is my preferred version of Randor, as I just absolutely love the 2000X designs. Now I'm going to bring in the original Randor here from Origins, and you can really see the differences here. And, you know, I love the original Randor a lot. Those colors, bright red, golds, blues, oranges, and all that kind of stuff worked out really cool. This was such an awesome upgrade in my opinion. Where over here, he definitely looks like the Burger King. This one, he just looks like badass royalty. And then, you know, he just have the standard spear. He gets an actual royal, you know, staff for this one. I love it so much, man. You can see, again, same cape, just done in a different color. But I love this, again, so much. This is definitely a better upgrade in my opinion, and overall this is such a killer wave. So there it is, guys, my review of the newest wave of Motu Origins. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that this wave is nothing but pretty much repaints and just redecos, and I totally understand that, but honestly, I love all of these figures. Like that Snake Tila, for the most part, is a redeco. But man, what a redeco, and honestly, in my opinion, that figure has one of the best repaints in this entire line. I love the detailing of the snake scales, the different colors. We do get new molding in that chest piece, the whole upper torso, and new boots, so I think that's really cool, and I love the metallic green weapons. Now, Slamurai here is one of my personal favorites from this wave, as he is a new character, and it's one character that we've never received in the vintage style, so it's really cool finally getting that character after so many years. Yes, he pretty much is a redeco with different parts, but what a redeco. I love the whole white versus black ninja. I love the blues chosen with this figure, and he's just such a fun looking design. Again, very retro to the 80s and 90s with the ninja craze, so really happy to add him to the shelf. Now, the Snake Trooper here is my least favorite of this particular wave. I really don't care about the Snake Troopers too much, but I'm always down to add more members to the Snake Man ranks. And I do love the fact that it's pretty much just the Horde Trooper armor done in all black and gold, which I think is really cool. I also love the fact that he has more unique boots compared to the standard Horde Trooper. He has more of, I believe, those are the Origins Grizzlor boots. That works out really nice, and the fact that he comes with the Snake Man shield, I think that really differentiates it from the Horde Trooper. I also really do love that head sculpt. It's just really awkward that he's always looking up. That honestly annoys me. I wish they had given him an entirely new head sculpt. That would have been better, or at least the neck extension that we saw with Rattler, that would have been even better. He's a cool figure. I don't know if I need to army build these. Just one on my shelf is fine, but I'm still happy to have him in the collection. Now, King Randor here is definitely the best one of the wave in my opinion, as I absolutely love the 2000X designs, and Randor definitely got an upgrade from that vintage design, which I just think he looks so regal and so high-tech. I love it so much. We got a lot of new molding on this, a new head sculpt, a new overlay for the upper torso, the skirt piece, the new bracer on the arm, pretty much an entirely new leg. We got the new staff. I just love this piece so much. It really makes me hope that we get more 2000X designs. It really makes me hope that we get more unique molded figures, again, especially for things like new adventures. I would love that so much. What a fantastic piece, and I'm so happy to add this one to the collection. Now again, I can totally see why people aren't too happy with this wave, as again, it feels like a lot of repaints and characters we've already seen, and I totally understand and respect that, but for me, I absolutely love this entire wave. That Snake Tila is so much better than I thought it was going to be in hand. King Randor is a masterpiece, my preferred version of King Randor. I'm excited to finally have Slamurai in that vintage style, and the Snake Trooper is cool too, man. I'm always excited to add another Snake Man member. This wave is a lot of fun, and in my opinion, a definite must-get. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.